Breaking down all 21 things you missed from Survivor Season 44, Episode 5. We're talking all things the best Shipwheel Island ever, Carson and Kane nerding out, breathing in with Danny, Matthew leaving the game, and much more. Careful for any spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet, and make sure to stick around as we announce last week's puzzle giveaway winner. If you want to enter next week's giveaway, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below your winner pick for Survivor 44. Let's get started with number 21, Jam Jam After Tribal. He's completely stunned that last episode, last tribal council, Sarah was the one voted out. We get some pretty over-the-top dramatic music as yeah, for sure, whatever, Jam Jam's happy he's safe and wasn't voted out, but he is also pretty upset he was left out of last tribal council's decision. Number 20, Carolyn and Josh. Really, only time will tell who's in the middle of this alliance, this tribe of Jam Jam, Carolyn, and Josh. But at this moment, at the very start of the episode, I'm thinking Carolyn and Josh will be staying working together. That's all because Carolyn had no real say on the original Tika tribe, and Josh may need to find another hidden immunity idol. We'll get to that moment later in the video. It's obviously a fake idol. Number 19, Matthew in rough shape. Man, there's no way to like sugarcoat this or anything. This just sucks. We'll talk more about it later in the episode when it's more relevant. You can just see it in Matthew's eyes how much he really wants to be out there, how many years he's been training for Survivor. He's been training to be here with the snake game. He was able to find a hidden immunity idol. He was able to make a fake idol. He gave the idol away to his number one ally, Jamie. All I'm saying is pre-season, before the season started, I made a bootless prediction of what was going to be happening, and it's been pretty accurate so far. In 14th place in the final pre-merge player of the season, we have Matthew Mail. You gotta play the odds somehow, and I could see Matthew being late pre-merge or maybe even early merge. And I'm a betting man playing the odds. We're gonna put him right there in the middle. Number 18, Survivor training. Matthew has been training for so long to be on Survivor, and obviously it paid off as he won that snake challenge. If you want to be just as prepared as Matthew, you should go check out idol plays in my replica Survivor challenges. There's only a few days left until the merge, and so to celebrate, I'm gonna make all 5 challenges 25% off. Just make sure you use the code RussellMuscle25 at checkout. For everyone that's made a purchase on idol plays so far, I just need to say thank you so much for supporting me and the channel. Go to the first link in the description or idolplays.com to check out all the replica challenges. Number 17, Carson and Power. We're first talking about Kane and Carson here as they're forming a nerd alliance, but Fishback thinks there's different types of nerds. We have to remember we also had Matthew sharing so much information with Carson last episode. What's with everyone underestimating the Tika players with Carson here and Carolyn a little bit later in the video? I can't wait to talk about that scene on that journey when we get there. Number 16, Breathe In with Danny. That's literally Danny's username on Instagram. Go check him out and comment on his most recent photo that I sent you. Danny kind of has a coach moment here with the other players on his tribe. The crazy thing is everyone's buying into it, everyone's drinking the Kool-Aid, and no one's making fun of Danny here. This leads into number 15, Danny flashback. As we cut to a quick flashback of Danny talking about his wife and kid. It is hard to put anyone above my favorite tribe in this game, the Tika Purple tribe, but at this point in the game, Danny's my favorite player and my winner pick to go all the way. I'm just gonna leave this picture right here. Number 14, Jamie new on Soka. At the start of the season, I thought Jamie was a little bit too much out there with the confessionals. Not gonna lie, she's starting to grow on me a little bit here. In fact, she's actually growing on the Green tribe herself as she says she wishes she started on this tribe. We already know the merge is coming next week, meaning her temporary idol is now gone, it's expired, and because what happens later in the episode, no one's gonna be able to tell her her actual idol is a fake idol. Number 13, Franny and Matt. I get it, it's crazy. Survivor has a showmance this season, but I'm getting a little bit bored of this showmance between Franny and Matt. I think bored might be the wrong word to use here. I'm just getting tired of that being the only storyline these two characters are getting. Jamie slips up a little bit and tells Franny they should try to get Matt out of the game, which you never want to do when Franny's closest ally in the game is Matt. If you blinked, you would have missed it, but we had a little fourth wall break action between a producer as Franny's giving a confessional and the producer asks if she's blushing. I saw on Twitter Franny say when she starts drinking coffee, she's a completely different person. Well, I gotta agree, I'm the exact same way. Number 12, Josh versus Jam Jam. Even though they don't get along, Josh and Jam Jam are trying to work things out here, which, come on, you kind of need to be able to work things out when your tribe only has 3 players left. But this conversation is absolutely going nowhere as both people think the other person is wrong. Josh Josh needed to play his idol at the last tribal council, his temporary hidden immunity idol, so he makes up this lie to Jam Jam about having another hidden immunity idol. Obviously it's fake. We'll talk more about this when Carolyn and Jam Jam make fun of the idol, but producers don't need to make fake idols. The players are doing it. Number 11, Josh and Jam Jam. The crazy thing about Survivor and the reason game bots will struggle in this new era is the social game is so important. It's kind of crazy that moments ago Jam Jam and Josh were bickering about stuff happening in the game, but now they're both able to bond about how they both came out. Lesson to future Survivor players: use those real true bonds you build with the other players to move your strategy forward. As Josh ends this deep conversation saying they should go take Carolyn out of the game. Number 10, challenge time. I feel like I haven't been able to talk about this yet. The real reason is I try to make these recaps as concise and to the point as I possibly can, and because of that it means sometimes stuff I want to talk about there's just no time in a 10-minute recap. But I love how the immunity this season is a sword and a shield as Danny kneels for Jeff. The challenge itself has players tied together running through a series of obstacles where you need to fill a bucket and transport it across the obstacles and finally complete a table maze in a pair. And the first tribe to finish gets the reward of power in this game as they decide who goes on the journey. Number 9, immunity challenge. I'm feeling Jeff was pretty impressed with these players throughout the entire challenge. He's impressed how all the players went high up on the obstacles and super impressed how they all didn't drop the bucket. When it comes to doing the table maze in a pair, the better strategy is to have one person do the entire table maze and the other person just to guide it. Ratu comes in first place, but literally seconds later Soka finishes. As Danny can't believe the matches on Survivor are always this close. Number 8, journey decision. Tika's gonna be struggling as they're going to tribal council with only 3 players. If everything was part of the plan, that means they'll be leaving with only 2. Ratu gets to decide who's going on the journey and they decide Brandon, Danny, and Carolyn. Number 7, medical visit. I get it, the medical team probably checks in with all these players on a daily basis. It just felt like a weird reason that Jeff gave how Matthew sat out in back-to-back challenges, so the doctors gotta look at him. We're gonna be talking about this at the very end of the video, but I'm not a fan how this is gonna be the last time we see Matthew the entire episode. The only bright part about this, the only bright side of things is there's only one Matthew left in the season, so things won't be confusing. Number 6, Tika sad. We only have Josh and Jam Jam at camp as Carolyn's going off on a journey. As Jam Jam warns Josh, don't underestimate Carolyn, she's a strong player. Well, don't you worry, Danny and Brandon are about to underestimate Carolyn so much. Number 5, journey time. With Danny going on this journey, I felt it was a little weird putting his flashback earlier in the episode instead of right now. It's not gonna come up at all, so it's not important, but it's crazy how all 3 of these players are the players that found the birdcage. Anyways, it doesn't matter, we're leading into my favorite part of the episode, probably my favorite part of the season. Number 4, no game today. I'm gonna try and keep it as brief as possible, but I'm not gonna lie, there's so much to talk about and this is one of the best journey adventures ever. Number 1, no game is still a game. The producers are still gonna get the gameplay moments they're looking for here, as when all these players return to their camps, their tribes are gonna ask them what advantage they got. Number 2, food is good. The new era of Survivor has been obsessed with fully starving all these players. It's a breath of fresh air to see these players enjoy some good old food, and let's be honest with ourselves, watching people obsess over food makes for always good TV. Number 3, idle talk naturally. The producers literally don't need to push idle and advantage talk on these players, as it comes out in natural conversation that all the SWAT players were given a hidden immunity idol. Number 4, social game. All I gotta say is put some faith in your casting team and the players you cast on the season. They're all so interesting. Don't waste time on advantages and looking for idols. These players themselves are so interesting to watch. Number 5, bro chat. Obviously, the craziest part about this, we have Danny and Brandon bro off with each other, which on one side of things I'm super happy for, as it means they might be able to work together and survive early parts of the merge. But come on, they do it in such a stupid way, leaving Carolyn fully out of it. It made for good TV seeing Carolyn react to Brandon and Danny leaving her out, but so stupid on the part of the bros. This was by far the best journey of the new era of Survivor. I'm going to be going in more detail live this Friday at 8:30 p.m. with other Survivor YouTubers. Number 3, Carolyn returns. Obviously, there's something up as there's only 10 minutes left in the episode and we're still not going to tribal council. I really hope with the start of next episode we see how Danny and Brandon handled returning to their tribes after the journey. If this Tika tribe was going to tribal council, I have a feeling it was gonna be Josh here, as that fake idol he made is obviously obviously laughably fake, and Carolyn didn't want to help out the Bro Alliance. Number 2, Josh flashback. Getting a flashback this late in the episode, I thought for sure Josh is gonna be voted out, as he talks about overcoming so much and still graduating at the top of his class. But that leads into number 1, Jeff comes to Tika. Matthew decides to leave his game off camera due to his shoulder, and Peridium says it was a good episode even without a tribal council. I don't consider this a quit. Matthew was in so much pain. The only thing is Jeff couldn't handle losing another player this early in the season, so no tribal council. Anyways, congratulations Nolan, you're this week's giveaway winner. I'll announce a new winner next week, and click right here for my Survivor 44 boot list.